Oh, hello, guys. Welcome back. Oh dear, we haven't done a meditation forever in a day, so welcome back, meditation time. Yay! As maybe you can guess from the beautiful wolf we're looking at, we're going to be doing a meditation for Fenrir. And I am laughing because we're on about the 80th take for this. And I will tell you, Wolf, what when a wolf god wants you to do something, he wants you to do something. And I kept trying. I kept trying. We will get into the meditation, but you do have to hear this because this will explain things. And he kept staring at me. The more he stared, the worse it went. And I had to pause, take a break, because I've been sitting here for a while. And he says to me, he says, well, he just wants all the respect the other gods get. He didn't feel I was respecting him as a god. I said, I honestly tried to think of something and nothing will come. So we're gonna try again. But that is a big thing of working with Fenrir. If you work with him as a god, you have to remember, yes, he is this beautiful wolf, but he is still a god. He still deserves respect. Sometimes you might get away with who's the pretty wolfie, and sometimes that's not gonna fly. So I think he has sense of amusement, so I think he's in a much better mood now. So, in case you've never done a meditation with us before, we have some simple guidelines. If you want to do the total opposite, okay with us, you won't hurt our feelings. Um, if you are going to do this or any other meditation, make sure you have the time. Look at the timestamp. Make sure it's going to fit into whatever free time you have. Wear comfy clothing, whatever that is for you. Make sure you got some comfy clothing and you've got a snack. If you want to get a snack and drink that is wolf inspired together and you have to wait a while to do this, totally okay. Make sure that you have turned off all distractions. That's obviously for those of you that are going to surf away. And if you surf away, just keep your mind on the timestamp. I may forget to warn you, that we're going to quit, and you might get blasted by an ad. But for those that are going to stay with us, make sure you turn off all distractions. It just helps you to do a meditation better, and that's a Gemini telling you that. And I can't tell you how many meditations I've gotten squiggly in, and I've gone on the internet, and I've played on Pinterest, and I can't remember a darn thing that the person said. So make sure you got all your distractions turned off. Close all your tabs, turn off all your devices. Make sure your phone's shut off so nobody's going to interrupt you in the middle. If you got to lock and barricade the door, you do you. Tell people, if you live with people, tell them, hey, my cup's empty. I am bone dry. Please, for the love of the gods, let me go off. Be nice about it. Let me go off and meditate. I really need this time. We really do, guys. You have to fill up your cup before you can pour for anyone else. Or as Fenrir would say, you have to take the time off and go off and be alone. You really do. So, we're going to make sure we have all distractions turned off. We're going to make sure you have that snack and drink and comfy food. Yeah, the comfy food, the comfy clothes. And, make sure you're not going to be disturbed. I'm probably forgetting something there, but this beautiful wolf is very distracting. So if you remember something from the past that I've said, go ahead, do that. Oh yeah, make sure you have a comfy place to lay or sit down, obviously. If you need to pause to change, to get your snack and drink, go ahead, do so. Okay, I'm just getting wolf stares of wonderment, like, wow, this is really going off the rails already. But we're going to begin as we always do with a breath in. This is not a contest, guys. It isn't about who can hold their breath the longest or who can take the deepest breath. This is just to let all the stress out. Okay, ready? Okay, let's breathe in together and let it out. And as we let it out, we're letting all that stress go. If you still feel some stress in there, what I like to do is imagine we have two bags. And this time, I'm getting guidance to imagine, close your eyes and imagine you're holding those two bags. You're in front of the gigantic wolf Fenrir, and you toss them one bag full of, I'm hitting my desk, you toss them one bag full of all that stress and all your worries, and glump, there it goes. And you toss them in the other bag, and glump, there it goes. So he eats all your worries and troubles and sorrows, and they were very yummy and tasty, and he thanks you highly. He is a god, of course, but he is a god with a sense of humor. So Fenrir asked me if I would do this. So as we have closed our eyes, or perhaps you're still looking at the photo, we are in front of this gigantic, beautiful wolf, and he looks exactly as we think he would look. And here he is free, and he's quite majestic, and it's a moonlit night. Maybe some of us are in the woods with him, maybe some are in the snow-capped mountains. He can be anywhere you want him to be, and he looks any way we want him to look. But he's this magnificent, gigantic wolf, and he's in front of us, and he looks very calm and serene. And he asks us, what's been on our mind, what's been troubling us. And we can tell him all of our frustrations and all of our problems, and he'll nod and he'll understand. As a wolf, he needs to be out, away, and be free to choose, choose his own life, to make his own decisions. And he understands that we can get frustrated too when we feel we don't have power over our lives, maybe because everything feels chaotic. Maybe we feel we aren't getting to make our own decisions for whatever reason. And we can talk about those frustrations with Fenrir, and he will nod and he will sympathize with us. And he will say, "Well, what can you do?" And you can talk to him and listen for his answer. Maybe there is something you can do, like do more meditation until circumstances change. Or maybe you can do other things to work bit by bit so that you can get to a place where you can change things. But whatever solution it is that he gives you, know that, you can always go to Loki as well. We're not gainsaying Fenrir as a god, but he understands that a lot of people that work with him also work with Loki. And since Loki's kind of our boss, we do go to the boss and go, is this, is this a very good idea? And I've ever and always had Loki back Fenrir up. So it's not about not trusting him to be a god in his own right, but, just run it by Loki if you need assurance. But I can assure you, whatever Fenrir tells you, it should be good advice. Still, if you want to double check because you're like, oh, he couldn't have possibly said that, it's okay to double check with Loki. I'm getting nods of very good. And as we're here, he asks us if we like to play. And we say, play. And he says, yes. And suddenly this gigantic wolf stands up and he says, you have a choice. Some of you are going to get on my back when I'm this huge size, and you're going to be on my back as I run through the woods. So some people are doing that. He's running through the woods and they're hanging on, and he's howling and he's leaping over trees and everything else. And for some people, he shrinks down to the size of say the average wolf, and he says, you come run with me. So some come run with him, and some sit with him. And some people, maybe we can't run or walk so good, and he just sits with us. You can lay down for a cuddle. Yes, this is still a god, but he's a very loving god and very kind and open once you get to know him. I'm getting approval here. And we can spend all the time we want with Fenrir running through the woods or having a good howl, and maybe the kids come by, so maybe his pups come by and his mate. And there's a celebration, and of course there's good food, and there's music, and there's fun. And we can spend all the time we want with him doing this. Maybe there are pups around for some of us, and we're watching the pups play and learn to be wolves. And maybe for some of us, we're having a picnic with Fenrir. The sky's the limit, guys. It really is. This is a god with a wonderful sense of humor. And as long as you are honoring him as a god, you can still honor him as a wolf. He is a wolf. He is very down with being a wolf. So we can take all the time we need. Some people might just want to spend some time cuddled up into Fenrir and just close your eyes and rest, and you can hear his heartbeat, and it's strong heartbeat, and you feel safe and warm. Maybe you get a face lick, maybe you don't, whatever you'd be okay with. And when we feel calm and we feel like we've had our fun, or we've had our little cuddle, or we feel, we've done what we want to do, maybe our little, picnic or whatever, we all come back together and we have this lovely group howl. It doesn't matter if you've never howled before in your life. It doesn't matter if you're not very good at it, or you think you don't have a howl like Fenrir and the other wolves. But we all have a group howl. And at the end of the howl, he looks at us and he says, very good. Now, he says, you know how the other gods work. I work a bit differently. And he thumps a paw down. And before all of us, hanging in midair, right in front of us, very easy to where we can reach it, is this silver necklace with a silver wolf paw on it. And he says, touch your hand to the paw. So we touch our hand to the paw. And it's like we can feel this wolf energy pour into us, and the energy of the moonlight, and the energy of Fenrir, and the energy of knowing that we have the strength and the balance to survive and thrive, no matter what conditions that we're put into. And he said, I want you to remember that I'm always with you. And as long as you come to me, I will do whatever I can to help you. Now, of course, being Fenrir, he says it would also be nice if you were kind to wolves. That would help a lot, since I am a wolf. And he says that he loves us, and we are welcome to come back anytime, and you are welcome to talk to Fenrir anytime you want. 2 in the morning, at work, walking, getting groceries. It's all good. He loves you. He's there for you. If he is your God, he is your God forever and ever and ever. Even if you decide you're going off, he may come and drag you back and say, no, I am your God. He is loving. If you truly wish to leave, he would let you, but, he is also very determined. So if you had your eyes closed, go ahead and open your eyes. If you haven't had your snack or drink yet in this, if you are sitting up, please be very slow and careful. You might be a little dizzy from the meditation. You can go ahead and start in that snack and drink now. If you are away from us somewhere else on the interwebs, please surf back now. Okay, so this one was a little bit rough, I think, but given Fenrir's wild nature and given his kind of, sometimes, he's very loving and kind. Sometimes it's that wolf energy, and it can be a little bit wolfish, a little bit wild, a little bit do this now. I think it went pretty good. So we didn't have music this time, but Fenrir thought maybe next time he didn't want any music. You can think about wolves howling. That's the best music of all. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and remember that Fenrir is always there for you, as are all the gods, and we will see you guys later. Bye-bye.